Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new on this channel, my name is Ivy. I'm a Zambian. I'm a nurse, but I'm currently here in the UK practicing as a registered nurse. So if you're new on this channel, please do well to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment down below. I'll try my best to respond to all the messages if I can. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the process of becoming a nurse in the United Kingdom. I know I've talked about a lot of things, but I just realized that I've talked about IELTS, I've talked about the registration process, but I've not really talked about the process on like what you're supposed to do, when, what you're supposed to start with, and all those things. So someone asked me a question yesterday on YouTube, and then I just realized to say I've not really made a video which is straightforward to talk about the process. So today I decided to say I'm just going to make a short summary on the step-by-step process on how you can become a nurse here in the UK. Okay? So yes, so if you're a nurse and then you are trained outside of the UK, and then you decide to say you want to come and work in the UK, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to get a passport. Yes, because you need a passport. You're not going anywhere without a passport. Okay, so I would advise you to start with a passport. That's the number one thing. And then, like I always tell everyone, I advise that you start with writing the English exam. So the English exam is either IELTS or OET. You choose which one is best for you and which one you'll be able to manage to do, and which one you are able to understand easier. Yeah, so you start with the English exam. Once you pass your English exam, or before your results come out, that's up to you. But with me, I started with the English exam. I wrote my IELTS, and then 5 days after I wrote my IELTS, I did the NMC registration. That was before my results came out. But like I said, it's up to you. So you start with the English exam, and then after the English exam, you're then now going to do the NMC registration. So I'm not going to be talking about the prices because I've made a video which talks about the prices of everything that I'm talking about right now. So you're going to do the NMC registration. When you do your NMC registration, you then go to your council. So in my country, it's NMCZ, which is Nurses and Midwifery Council of Zambia. You're going to pay for your verification. So when you pay your verification, so this is a step by step. You do your English, you do your NMC registration, and then you go and pay your verification fee. So when you pay for verification, the two parties are going to communicate, and then once they communicate and they determine that you are a nurse in your home country, you're now going to receive an email which is going to have your decision letter. So the decision letter is a go ahead for you to write the CBT exam. So CBT is competence-based exam. So like I said, I'm not going into details because I've talked about these things in my previous videos. So when you receive that decision letter, you're going to register for CBT. Okay? So when you register for CBT, you write your CBT, and of course you're going to pass your CBT. So while we are doing all these things, after you do your CBT, so it's up to you. Immediately you pass your English exam, you can start looking for a job even before you do your CBT. So the moment you pass your English exam, start looking for a job. So while you're doing all these things, you have to do your police clearance. You get? So you have to do your police clearance, and you also have to do your TB. So you do your TB, you have to book in advance, and your TB certificate expires after 6 months. So after 6 months it will be expired and you have to get a new one. So even as you do your TB, you have to make sure you don't do it too early. You have to time it in such a way that even at the time of you applying for your visa, your TB will still be in date. Okay, so after that, after you've passed your CBT, of course it's up to you. You can either start looking for a job after your English exam, or you can start looking for a job after your CBT. But I advise that in the moment you see that you've passed your English exam, start looking for a job, because nowadays it's very hard to find a job. Yeah, so after that, you look for a job, you find your job, and yeah, the visa processing starts. So the visa processing will start after you've done all these other things. Okay, after you've finished every other thing. So I've made a video on how you can do the registration process, the step-by-step on how you can register with the NMC. If you don't know what the NMC is Nurses and Midwifery Council of United Kingdom. So I've made a separate video on that, so you can go to that video for reference and see what you're supposed to do. Because before you even pay the registration fee, there are things that you're supposed to do. You have to create an account. When you create an account, that's when now you reach a point where you're going to be required to pay your application fee. So like I said, this is just a summary on the step-by-step process. Get your passport, do your NMC registration, make an account, create an account with NMC. When you finish creating an account with NMC, pay for your registration. That's after you've written your English exam. Okay, pay for your verification. After verification, do your CBT. While you're doing all these things, do your police clearance, do your TB certificate, and then you reach a point when it's only going to be left for you to apply for your visa. That's after you've gotten your job offer and every other thing. And then after your visa processing, the next thing that you're going to be waiting for is for you to land here in the UK. Okay, so we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And just in summary, just to summarize everything that I talked about: get your passport, write your English exam, do the NMC registration, create an account with NMC, pay your verification, do your CBT, do your police clearance, your TB, and then everything else will fall in place. Okay, and also remember that as you are doing these things, you have to put your references in place, because it's very hard. Some people have had difficulties when it comes to references. You find that their in-charges don't want to sign for them. They just don't want to put in their references. Only God knows why. But yeah, so that's just in summary. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.